Hello and welcome to my tech support. This is a simple video to help anybody having issues with getting their sound work right with the Elgato HD60S or equivalent game capture cards. Basically, I'm going to run through basically what settings I've got. So you should basically have the following setup. Your game capture, say like for example you're using a Xbox, you should have your Xbox HDMI cable for your video coming out of your Xbox into, well, I've basically got mine set up into like a HDMI hub, but you can have it direct into the game capture card on the in socket depending on your preference. The output of the HDMI goes into the actual TV, and of course you've got your data cable from your capture card going into your computer. That's like your USB C cable. So that should put you, so you got, when you load your OBS, which I've got on the feed here, Open Broadcast software, which is a free software. I'll put a link to where you can get it in the description down below. Basically you should have the sound feed coming from your OBS here. If I just drag this down, as you can see, this feed you've got front here is from my Trials of Cold Steel 2 game, which I'm currently doing a let's play for. So the scene 2 here, just ignore it because it's basically, it was an error when I was trying to set it up. So I've got game capture, then maybe add game capture, and then whatever game capture hardware you've got. The right is just so basically I can record the actual feed I've got here on the screen. As you can see, the right hand monitor, simple monitor capture. I've got 3 lines of audio in the audio mixer, which is the middle bit here. Desktop audio, my HD60S, which is my capture card, which is currently playing the music from the background of the game, and my mic auxiliary here. So basically let's go through them. The first one I don't really use. I would turn on, I've got the speaker here muted. I'm muting it, you can see it's picking up background music from the capture card. So you can see it's spiking at the same time. So I don't have any extra echoes or anything. I'll just mute the desktop audio channel by muting the button there by left clicking. The mic AUX, I'm basically just got a simple headphone 3.5 pin headphone thing, simple thing. It's plugged into the computer. I'm just going to unplug it, the mic will drop off, and I'll plug it back in and I'll be able to continue talking. As you can see, the mic green thing disappeared when the mic was unplugged. There was no signal, and I'll plug it back in and it kicks back in. The actual sliders, the blue bit, they're basically your normal volume, which you can slide up and down. For example, my HD60 capture card usually sits around here. It's loud enough music, but when I talk, my voice on the mic is just high enough to basically be over it. But I've just lowered it down just a little bit, so you can still hear the music and see the effect on the graph here, the green bit, but it's not too over loud and that for when I'm talking. The bit you actually need to do to get it so you got the sound from the game coming through your headphones or speakers and to be recorded on the actual, say, let's play recording, is the advanced audio properties. Where are they? It's very simple. On the game capture line, any would do, you got the cogs, these 3 cogs at the end. Just go to one, I'm using the game capture one, left click on the cog and you get this little menu pop up. Your advanced audio properties, left click, and it brings up this little box here. You've got the desktop audio, my capture card, and the mic. I basically have this box here next to the volume ticked, so it changes from decibels to percentage, because I just find it easier to work with, the percentage rather than actual decibel sound. The higher the percentage, the higher the actual sound will be in that on the actual down below. For example, if I push this one, actually when you see the slide blue bar here goes up and down. See, I usually have it here about 27-30%, but it's literally the same bar. The mic I've got 128, which is right at the pegged at the end, and that's the way I've basically got the sound. So volume is the instruments, the mono, that's mono stereo, but I've used the basic stereo game capture and graphics card software. The balance is simply left right ear balance, which is self-explanatory. Sync offset, if you got some sort of a sound not quite working in balance. I don't know much about sync offset, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. On the far right, you've got these little tracks 1 to 6. I've basically just got all 6 ticked. I don't think there's any reason why you should or shouldn't, but I've got them ticked now because that's pretty much how they came. This audio monitoring is the actual key part you need. Monitor off basically means it's not going to get anything. If I turn that to monitor only or monitor and output, it should basically get monitor from there, the audio, the desktop, to basically come through, I think. So as you can see though, I've got monitor off for the audio, and mic I've got monitor off. The main one I need is the monitor and output on the capture card. So if I basically change that to monitor only, mute output, and close, that should basically be just monitoring but not putting the sound out, but I'm hearing the sound in my headphones, so that's obviously not that working. But if I just go monitor off, you can see down the bottom here the HD60 sound is still going up from the capture card, so it's obviously recording the sound from the capture, but you're not actually hearing it in your headset or your speakers. So to get it to actually have the music through your speakers or headphones, you need to have it as monitor and output, otherwise you won't get the sound through your speaker headset, and you basically won't be able to do it unless you've got this sound on the game. If you've basically got your main game screen on your say normal TV, and you basically got your volume, if you basically have your volume up like I've just turned up, you hear that like echo in the background, just there. That's basically because I've got the volume on the TV, so the sound's coming from the TV as well as through the capture card. So I've just turned the volume back down to 0 so you don't get the ambient effect. But yeah, so that's basically that. Sometimes if the sound's not working, like it stops working or something, you might just need to load the game capture software that come with the Elgato hardware. And it's sort of like a jump start. You wait for it to connect properly, and you see you got the sounds all working on there. Just close that down. And see, I'm back on here because I don't really need it. The other thing you can have a look at is the sound capture, which is the basic part of the Elgato thing. Sometimes these little speakers down here will be like crossed out like that, so it's the same thing. You can hear the game capture, you can see it actually working here, but on here, because it's muted, you can't hear anything, so you might unzip that. So where's the audio input? It's basically mine's in the capture card, but sometimes I can have it on the microwave, but that's how I've basically got mine at the moment. It's set through the capture card. If you've got issues where it's constantly hijacking like your music and that, when you, or something else, you need to take these default ones off the playback and communication. Otherwise, like on Discord, when you're trying to talk to somebody, it's going to basically hijacking the sound talk and that, because it's set up for default through the capture card. But yeah, that is pretty much how I've got my sound. If you trying to do it and you still got any issues, please just leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll see if I can help out. I might need to do some research for any particular problem that's not covered on this short video. But if you basically find that this is helpful for you, please again hit a like and just drop a comment, just so I know it actually helps you solve your issues. But as you can see on the basic thing, I've got to set up a display one, which is my main monitor here. The game capture, this bit here is so basically you can do the recording. That's the main capture card, the game feed. And the reason you can't see that at the moment is I've got this little right one above it. Right, it's just so I can see the whole screen here. If I drop that below, you can see they've got the game screen, and I can move around and everything. But as I was basically doing, talk about the audio, this is basically how I do the audio. So yeah, that's basically it. Any questions? No, just add in the comments, and I hope this has helped solve any issues you might have. See you guys later, and hopefully you enjoy my normal Let's Play videos and that, and yeah, that's what I'm about to head into, get some more Trials of Cold Steel 2 done. Speak to you guys later.